The story opens in a post-apocalyptic world with ruined infrastructure and buildings, strange winged monsters are swarming the sky, and the condition on the ground is no different. A giant centipede is seen coiled over a 100-story-tall skyscraper. A man named Liu Sheng stands firm facing the giant monstrosity. His eyes glow and he emits blue energy as he takes a fighting stance. The scene turns pitch black and someone calls his name repeatedly. This startles Liu Sheng, who wakes up in the classroom. It turns out that the boy Liu Sheng fell asleep in the class and what we just saw was his dream. The person calling his name is his teacher, and he is angry at Liu Shen for sleeping in class. The teacher scolds Liu Shen and the rest of the class laughs at him. Some students pass disparaging comments about how Liu Sheng's vitality is 0.7 and he can do nothing but sleep. Later, when the class gets dismissed, Liu Sheng's friend, Liu Qiming, talks to him. He asks if he had a bad dream again. Liu Sheng tells him that his vitality has dropped by 0.02 points. Now, he will have to work extra hard to make up for that. Qiming tells him not to think about it and suggests they should leave that part for geniuses and asks him if he would like to go play games with him. Liu Sheng refuses. Qiming offers to pay for his drink and PC time, but Liu Sheng shakes his head in denial. Defeated, Qiming tells Liu Sheng they will play together later and leaves. We see Liu Sheng heading home. He thinks about how he got reincarnated in a new world, and yet he still has to worry about exams. He looks up and sees a screen, and there is news about the military defeating the waves of monsters. This indicates that monsters really exist in this world. There is also news about high school entrance merit that has been raised by 0.01 vitality points. Somewhere else, we see a couple. The man is being treated and bandaged by his wife. As the lady puts on the bandage, the man grunts and tells her to be careful. They are Liu Sheng's parents. Liu Sheng comes in and they greet him with a smile. His mother asks if he's hungry and tells him that she is going to make dinner and is waiting for his little sister to come home. Liu Sheng and his father talk about his father's injuries and his father shrugs, commenting it's just a side effect of his old age. His father tells him he has a present for him, then he shows him 2 bottles of Benevolent Clinic's newest recovery powder, which approximately cost $20,000. Liu Sheng's mother joyfully pats her husband on the back, leading him to squirm in pain. Liu Sheng's parents inquire about his vitality points and tell him that his sister has already reached 0.9 points. They even talk about the high school entry news. Liu Sheng then heads to his room and gets ready to work out. He practices some body reconstruction and rotation exercises. He also recounts how the world changed when 300 years ago, humongous cracks appeared in the sky from which monsters came into the world. Advanced weapons didn't work on them, but suddenly, humans were able to access a different source of strength. A genetic lock was undone, granting increased strength to humans and starting an era of martial arts prosperity. But even after this, humans were still losing to the monsters. Liu Sheng completes 3 sets, yet his vitality point has not gone up, but despite these setbacks, he's determined to get strong. As he tries to get up for another set, his vision starts to fade and black out, and he collapses from fatigue. As he opens up his eyes, he finds himself in the field from his nightmare. As he assesses this situation, he is attacked by a zombie. He battles the zombie and kills it by crushing his head with a rock. As he deals with the zombie, an aura exits the carcass and enters him. He gets all the memories of the person before he turned into a zombie. He learns how that person joined the Defense Corps and trained his body reconstruction and rotation exercises, and how his base was attacked and turned into a zombie. Another zombie attacks Liu Sheng, but he easily dodges and kills the zombie. And it seems that along with the memories, he also got the strength of that person. Liu Sheng is surprised at what just happened and how he got a lifetime's worth of experience like that. He sighs, realizing this is a dream and not real, but at the same time, he has a strange feeling. Everything feels so real, as if it's not a dream. Suddenly, the second zombie he killed also emits an aura that enters his body. He sees his memories too and notices a memory of a base called Base 1359. The same base was also mentioned in the previous memories he has seen, and he decides to look for the base in hopes that he will learn the truth about the dream there. He realizes that the process of absorbing memories was not as unpleasant as the first time. So he comes up with an idea to find combat-type zombies so he can absorb their strength to get stronger. Suddenly his head starts to hurt and his body feels shocked. Next moment, he wakes up in his room, dripping in sweat. His sister calls him to come to eat and stop loafing around. He opens the door to talk to her. Her name is Lu Qinghe, and she is Lu Sheng's only younger sister. She comments that he was sleeping instead of working out, and Lu Sheng admits to dozing off, but insists that it was accidental. His sweat-drenched shirt reveals his lean but muscular build. She turns to leave while telling him to come out. She thinks about how he has gotten muscular, which means he is putting effort into working out. Lu Sheng recalls how his sister was very close to him, but when they got into school and she got her assessment results, her attitude changed towards him. Her vitality is over 1.0, and her combat ability is also over 100, and she is a good future prospect. Overall, she's a genius, and in contrast, Lu Sheng is just a good-for-nothing. Lu Sheng takes off his shirt and is surprised to see his muscular build in the mirror. He also feels energetic. He still has all the memories he got from the zombies along with the techniques. He wonders if he can bring along the strength obtained in the dream. He goes out and eats a lot of food, and asks for more after finishing everything. His father tells his mom to cook some more for him and comments that this happens during puberty. He promises to buy some nourishment tonics so Lu Sheng can increase his vitality. Lu Qinghe sneakily passes comments about him stating that he is 18, but his vitality is low. Their father gets angry at that, and Lu Sheng wonders if his vitality increased in the dream and decides to get tested. He heads to Hongchong Dojo to get his vitality assessed. The dojo's master, Ni Hongchon, is a rank 4 martial artist. Rank 4 is the highest rank any person can achieve. People having a vitality of over 200 and combat power of more than 100,000 can achieve it. Lu Sheng is really surprised, but the cram school fee is very high. He contemplates that he does not need it as he can gain experience in his dream. He walks in and a girl greets him when he tells her his purpose of visit. She directs him to a room with an assessment machine. He checks his vitality and finds out it is at 0.96. He checks his combat power, which has also increased, and he feels happy that his vitality and combat power have gone up. This happened with 1 hour of sleep. He wonders what will happen if he gets 8 hours of sleep. Later at night, Lu Sheng can't fall asleep and he gets angry. He decides to work out, but as he begins, he finds himself practicing different moves before realizing that this is the technique the zombie learned when he was alive. Lu Sheng starts to train in the zombie soldier's way, which makes use of a breathing technique and yields better results. He suddenly starts to feel hungry and falls to his knees. He realizes that as he is growing his body, he will need a lot of nutrition, and the only viable way is using pills. But the pills are costly, and his family can't afford them, but not getting them will halt his growth. Lu Sheng decides to earn. He remembers the scholarship offered by his school to students who perform well. The scholarship offers up to 10,000 for first grade honors, and he plans to use his ability to earn that scholarship. The next day at school, they have a practical combat class. While changing, Qi Ming notices Lu Sheng's abs and comments that they look nice. He teases Lu Sheng and says he did it to get the attention of the girls. Lu Sheng tells him the exam is coming and he should get ready as well. In the sports gym, practical combat instructor Zhongzhen Guo is taking the class. The students chatter about how he is a rank 2 martial artist and has faced the beasts in battle. Zhen Guo finishes his lecture and calls a popular student, Yang Yifeng, to demonstrate. Qi Ming complains that Yifeng is handsome, popular, and from a rich family, so he can buy good pills. He has a vitality close to 1.2, and he is always favored by the teachers. After the demonstration, Zheng Guo praises him and says he will instruct him on how to correct his form, but Yifeng is arrogant, and in his mind, he scoffs at that. Zheng Guo asks if anyone would like to spar with Yifeng, and no one volunteers. Zhen Guo gets a little disheartened, but then he notices Lu Sheng. He feels something great from Lu Sheng and invites him to spar with Yi Feng. Despite Qi Ming's protest, Lu Sheng goes to spar. Zhen Guo gives them 10 minutes. He was hopeful, but after learning about Lu Sheng's vitality, he gets a bit disappointed. The match begins and Yi Feng charges at Lu Sheng confidently, thinking that he will win. Lu Sheng dodges his punch and knocks him out with a single punch. Zhen Guo and the class were very surprised. Zhen Guo sends a student to call the school nurse, and Yi Feng is carried out on a stretcher. Lu Sheng apologizes, and Zhen Guo tells him that getting injured in live combat training is normal. Zhen Guo invites him into the office to discuss some things. Lu Sheng tells Mi Qing to inform the teacher of the next class and leaves with Zhen Guo. Qi Ming wonders how Lu Sheng got so strong and what is his vitality level. Inside the office, there is a combat level measuring dummy. Lu Sheng notices a bonsai and comments he never knew Zhen Guo had such a hobby. Zhen Guo comments that everyone has their own hobbies and secrets, while passing a knowing smile to Lu Sheng. He asks if Lu Sheng is using the drugs to forcefully increase his power and lets him know that is illegal and poses a great danger to him. Lu Sheng is taken aback and he reassures Zhen Guo that he is using no prohibited drugs. Zhen proposes to measure Lu Sheng's vitality to confirm what he said. Zhen Guo takes out a vitality measuring orb. If Lu Sheng has used drugs, then his vitality level will fluctuate. If his vitality level and combat power match, this will mean he is innocent as well as strong. Lu Sheng agrees and places his hand on the orb. His vitality turns out to be 1.5, indicating he is a grade 1 martial artist. Zhen Gao is very impressed and surprised by this. To check his combat power, Lu Sheng punches the training dummy, which sends the dummy's head flying through the bonsai, which devastates Zhen Gao. Lu Sheng apologizes and Zhen Gao realizes his combat strength is above that of a grade 1 martial artist. Then, Gao asks Lu Sheng when he last measured his vitality. When it came out to be 0.8, Lu Sheng tells him it was half a month ago, which further baffles Zhen Gao. Zhen Gao can't comprehend how Lu Sheng was able to increase his power that much in just half a month. He thinks back to his days as a student and when he faced the monster. It took him a great amount of time to reach rank 2. Zhen Gao informs Lu Sheng that with his performance, he can enter the top class and be taught by the best teachers, and he will discuss this with the educational administrator's office. Lu Sheng presents 2 conditions. He will apply for a scholarship and the school will give him more free time. Zhen Gao agrees and will help him to get a scholarship that pays 30 grand. He even offers his card to Lu Sheng so he can start training and he can pay back once he gets grant money. Lu Sheng leaves and Zhen Gao gets very happy that a student like him is in his school. He plans to send him to some mysterious place. Lu Sheng visits a store to get some supplements and he notices a mother buying a supplement costing $30,000 for her daughter. He ponders how his family can only buy cheap supplements and how it is very difficult for someone from a poor family to become the best martial artist. He feels bad for holding his sister back. He is weak and has low stats along with a lack of resources. He didn't accept the fact that he was a mediocre martial artist and never tried to change his fate. He wanted to experience the great world of martial arts, but still, he spends time playing games with his friends. He lived stuck in a fish tank, like a small fish that wishes to swim the vast ocean but is too afraid to leave the comfort and safety of its tank. But now things have changed the fish. Lu Sheng is now broken free of the bounds and has experienced the vast ocean. Fate has provided him with an opportunity and he will do things right this time. By the way of finding himself, Lu Sheng masters the great number of memories he has absorbed, improving his fighting style. Lu Sheng realizes this and he vows to keep getting stronger and pursue everything he wants. Later, we see Lu Sheng in the field from his dreams fighting a zombie. He defeats the zombie and comments that it must have been a martial artist in his earlier life, as he was still able to use these techniques. From the memories of the zombie, he learns that base 1359 is just ahead. He knows the base is surrounded by monsters and black fog, and thinks how strange it is that he didn't bump into a single monster. He proceeds toward the base while killing zombies. He reaches the base, which is surrounded by a giant wall. He finds an area of the wall that is broken and makes his way inside. He spots a zombie in a faraway building. The zombie emits a shockwave that makes Liu Sheng fall down. He decides to stay away from there and surveys the surrounding area first. He gets into a flat and starts to investigate. He theorizes that the black fog turned people into zombies. He finds an electronic device and restarts it. A hologram of a beautiful girl appears from the device, which shocks Liu Sheng.